So we're going to go to the next one right here. And our final one back here, but we still have one more to go. But this one's done already, okay. And when I unfold it, I've done this whole side. So you can see, right? These are all 1/2 inch, and then these are 1 inch. So I gotta fold these to make them 1/16, which means I will have 16 strips. So again, you're gonna line it up right here very carefully. And then just start matching, you know, lining it up with every crease. That seems good. This one is good. And we have to do, I think, one more right here. And we are done. So this is the best way to really get some nice, perfect strips for our paper weaving project. Next, we're going to get our X-Acto blade and our ruler and cut very precisely. All right, so now we are going to, you know, if you're going to do strips only, you're done with all the folds. There should be 16, right? We got 16 columns. Each of the columns are 1/2 inch. But, you know, so if you cut them now like this, then you're getting strips. But if you are doing and preparing the base for weaving, then you're not cutting strips, you're cutting slots, which means we need to stop right on, you know, right before the end, and we need to have like a margin. Here I made a margin of 1/2 inch, and that is that's nice because since the strips are 1/2 inch, this will be 1/2 inch. So there's a certain sense of consistency or harmony, if you will. So let's go ahead and how do I do that? How do we do that? Well, one way is that you can, if you remember with origami, you can go ahead and do a triangle fold right here, right? I can do a little triangle fold right in here where I line it up just like that. It's a little triangle fold, and then that is already my marker for 1/2 inch. And I'll do the same thing over here. Actually, you know what? It's better to work with this paper the other way, right? Because it keeps folding. So, you know, I will go ahead and fold right there like that. And I can do one over here. Same. And then what I will now do is get my ruler, line up the two right there, and if you can find like a butter knife, or yeah, like a butter knife, and use the back part, because the butter knife might have some teeth here. So if you use the back part of a butter knife, then you can, what you call scoring. And to score means to create a crease. And if I create this crease, this should be 1/2 inch. And in fact, I can even check it. If I did everything right, yep, it's perfect. It's 1/2 inch. Just remember, what is 1/2 inch? Well, if we look at our ruler, let's use this ruler right here. If we look at our ruler, this is considered an inch, but right here to this and this is 1/2 inch. Okay, this is the metric. We're not using the metric, we're using US standard, and so that is 1/2 inch from here to here. From here to here, 1 inch. So now that I've created a crease for 1/2 inch, I'm going to go ahead and fold right on that crease. The crease is to help you, you know, do that fold. Be gentle. Do it right. Again, you can use a spoon, the back part of a spoon or a wooden spoon to create that crease. And so here it is. So when I cut, I'm going to stop right here. So that's what this is. It's a guide. Another way of doing this is to simply get the ruler, and with your ruler to go ahead and measure 1/2 inch, which is right here. This is my 1/2 inch, and you can make a little line right there, and then right over here you make 1/2 inch again, and you make a little line, and then you can either draw it or you could just simply, once again, score to make that crease. Right? You don't want to cut it, you just want to score it. It helps so that way, you know, you can fold this right on that crease. Again, I'm making the foundation with slots. If you're making strips, then all you need to do is fold that paper, all 16, and then just start cutting the strips. But here, we're creating the base for the paper weaving. So we need to create this little margin right over here, top and bottom. Now, I'm going to start to cut, and when you're going to cut with an X-Acto blade, you should not use a plastic ruler. You shouldn't, because if you make a mistake or anything like that, you're going to be cutting into the plastic. So this is where a metal ruler comes in handy. And what I like to do is I like to place my X-Acto knife right where I want to stop, which is right there. I place the bottom of my ruler right here, and then I start to align the top. And when I have it just right, I hold down the ruler really well, release my X-Acto blade. I start from the top, and then I go ahead and I cut down. You need to pay attention. If you're not paying attention, you're going to keep going all the way through because you're on automatic and you're not paying attention. So be mindful. Keep reminding yourself that you're not cutting strips, you're cutting slots, which would be also like saying the warp strings of a weaving, of a fabric weaving. So we do this all the way across. Again, if you are cutting strips, it's the same deal, except you're going from all the way to the top and going all the way to the bottom. But here, remember, we are doing slots. Creating slots. Two more to cut. Last one right here. And what we have, a piece should look like this. Okay, this is how your piece should look like. It can be fragile. Be careful not to break it. If you, by chance, break one of these, then you're just going to have to get some clear tape and tape it very carefully, and we'll consider that the back. Okay, but yeah, you just want to have it just nice like this. All right, this is how it should be.